Before anything else asks for your attention today, stay here for a moment. Not because everything is calm, but because something within you needs to be. You may have arrived carrying quiet heaviness, unanswered questions, or a sense that your heart has been running faster than your body. This prayer is not here to rush you forward. It is here to meet you exactly where you are and gently steady you before the day unfolds. Stay. Let these words settle. Let this moment prepare you. Father, I come into this morning without armor. I don't arrive with a list of solutions or a clear map. I arrive with what is real, with thoughts still forming, with emotions that haven't found words yet, with a heart that wants peace before progress. I notice how quickly my mind wants to engage, to solve, to plan ahead. But right now, I choose presence over pressure. I choose to begin the day anchored, not accelerated. God, I ask you to quiet the inner noise that tells me I must be ready for everything at once. I don't need to carry the entire day in this moment. I only need to be here. I take a slow breath in. I allow my body to soften. I let the weight in my chest ease slightly. Father, I bring you the concerns that linger quietly beneath my awareness, the responsibilities that feel heavy, the expectations I place on myself before anyone else does. I don't organize them. I don't explain them. I simply place them in your presence. Remind me that I'm allowed to start slowly. Remind me that clarity often comes after stillness. Remind me that I don't need to rush to be faithful. God, help me notice when I begin to move out of alignment with my own peace. Help me pause before reacting. Help me respond from groundedness instead of habit. As this day opens, I ask you to guide my awareness. Let me notice what truly needs my attention and what can wait. Let me recognize the difference between urgency and importance. If anxiety tries to speak loudly today, quiet it. If comparison begins to creep in, ground me. If doubt rises early, remind me that trust grows with time. Father, I release the need to label this day before it happens. I don't need to decide if it will be difficult or successful. I don't need to predict outcomes. I simply choose to walk into it with openness. I ask for a steady heart, a clear mind, a gentle pace. If this prayer is already helping you slow down, take a moment to like this video. And if you feel led, leave a comment saying, I begin grounded. Your engagement helps this message reach someone else who may need this calm right now. Father, I remain here a moment longer. I let this stillness sink deeper. I allow it to become the foundation for everything that follows. And I continue, not rushed, not tense, but quietly supported as this day begins. As this steadiness begins to take root, I notice how often I live with an undercurrent of self-pressure. Even in moments meant for rest, my thoughts rehearse what I should be doing, improving, or fixing. It is as if stillness needs justification. Father, I bring this awareness to you without criticism. I don't judge myself for wanting to do well. I simply acknowledge how exhausting it can be to constantly push myself forward. I don't need to strive to be worthy. I don't need to earn rest through productivity. I don't need to prove my value through effort. God, help me recognize when motivation turns into self-demand, when healthy discipline becomes inner harshness, when care for my responsibilities becomes neglect of my own well-being. I pause again. I breathe more slowly. I release tension from my shoulders. I allow myself to exist without correcting myself. Father, I place before you the expectations I carry, spoken and unspoken, the ones placed on me by others, the ones I quietly place on myself. I ask you to help me distinguish between what is truly mine to carry and what I have taken on unnecessarily. Teach me how to honor my limits without guilt. Teach me how to rest without feeling behind. Teach me how to move forward without self-punishment. God, if I feel tempted to measure my day by output alone, remind me of the value of presence. If I feel discouraged by slow progress, remind me that growth is not always visible. I release the belief that I must always be improving to be enough. I release the fear that rest means falling behind. I release the voice that tells me I am never doing quite enough. Instead, I choose compassion toward myself, toward my process, toward where I am right now. If this prayer is helping you recognize hidden self-pressure, take a moment to like this video. And if you feel led, leave a comment saying, "I choose compassion." Your words may give someone else permission to soften their inner dialogue today. Father, I remain here, letting this kindness settle inward. I trust that caring for myself is not a distraction from faith, but an expression of it. And I stay open, allowing this gentleness to guide the rest of the day. As this gentleness settles, I begin to notice how deeply I crave reassurance. Not always in obvious ways, but quietly, through signs, clarity, affirmation, or certainty that I am moving in the right direction. When reassurance doesn't arrive quickly, my mind fills the silence with doubt. Father, I bring this longing to you honestly. I admit how often I look outward for confirmation before trusting what you are already doing within me. I want to feel secure, certain, affirmed. But here, I practice trusting without immediate reassurance. I don't need constant confirmation to stay faithful. I don't need visible signs to remain grounded. I don't need immediate clarity to keep moving gently forward. God, help me become comfortable with the quiet middle space. The space where nothing is clearly wrong, but nothing is fully resolved yet. The space where patience is formed. If answers feel delayed, help me remain open. If guidance feels subtle, help me remain attentive. If progress feels invisible, help me remain trusting. Father, I notice how quickly I interpret silence as absence, but today, I choose to believe that silence can also be closeness, that waiting can be intimacy, that trust can deepen without words. I release the urge to demand clarity on my timeline. I release the habit of rushing decisions to relieve discomfort. I release the fear that not knowing means being lost. Instead, I choose to walk slowly with awareness. I choose to notice what is present rather than obsess over what is missing. I choose to believe that guidance unfolds as I stay receptive. Lord, if doubt begins to speak louder than trust today, remind me of the steadiness I practiced here. If uncertainty arises, remind me that faith does not require full understanding. If this prayer is helping you stay open even without clear answers, take a moment to like this video. And if you feel led, leave a comment saying, "I trust in the quiet." Your words may encourage someone else who is learning to remain open during uncertainty. Father, I remain attentive. I remain patient. I remain willing to be guided. There is peace forming even without certainty. There is strength growing in this quiet trust. And I stay here, allowing this assurance to deepen naturally. As I continue in this openness, I become aware of how much I resist slowing down emotionally. Even when my body pauses, my thoughts keep moving, replaying conversations, anticipating responses, or revisiting moments that already passed. Father, I bring this restlessness to you gently. I don't criticize myself for it. I simply acknowledge how easily my mind clings to what it cannot change or control. Teach me how to release what no longer requires my attention. Teach me how to stay present without replaying the past. Teach me how to meet this moment fully without escaping it. God, I notice how quickly I attach meaning to thoughts that pass through me. I treat them as instructions rather than observations. Today, I ask you to help me hold my thoughts more lightly. I don't need to chase every idea. I don't need to resolve every memory. I don't need to respond to every internal reaction. Father, if emotions surface unexpectedly today, help me meet them without resistance. Let me acknowledge them without letting them lead. Let me remain grounded even when feelings fluctuate. I breathe again. I soften my focus. I allow space between my thoughts. Lord, I release the habit of mentally revisiting what cannot be changed. I release the urge to perfect what has already passed. I release the belief that replaying will bring resolution. Instead, I choose presence. I choose awareness. I choose to stay rooted in what is unfolding now. If my attention drifts toward regret, bring me back. If my thoughts move toward anxiety, ground me. If my mind begins to race, slow it gently. If this prayer is helping you quiet your inner world, take a moment to like this video. And if you feel led, leave a comment saying, "I return to the present." Your words may help someone else step out of mental restlessness today. Father, I remain here, letting this inner stillness deepen. I trust that clarity comes when I stop forcing resolution, and I stay open, present, and receptive to this moment. As this quiet space gently begins to close, I notice that nothing needs to be rushed. There is no abrupt ending here, only a soft transition from stillness into movement. What has settled within me is not fragile. It can come with me. Father, I thank you for meeting me in this gentle awareness, for reminding me that peace does not require perfect circumstances, for showing me that I don't have to resolve everything before I can move forward with steadiness. As I prepare to step back into the rhythm of the day, help me carry this presence with me. Let it shape how I listen, how I respond, how I move through moments that might otherwise feel overwhelming. If my thoughts begin to scatter, remind me of this grounding. If my emotions intensify, remind me to pause. If distractions pull me outward, remind me to return inward. Lord, bless the moments ahead, both the expected and the unexpected. Bless the tasks that demand focus and the pauses that invite rest. Let my actions come from intention, not urgency. Let my words come from clarity, not reaction. I release the need to control how today unfolds. I release the pressure to manage every outcome. I release the fear that slowing down means falling behind. Instead, I choose trust. I choose presence. I choose to move forward at a pace that honors both my responsibilities and my well-being. Father, keep my heart open today, open to learning, open to redirection, open to grace, for myself and for others. Let me remain aware that I am supported even when answers are still forming. Thank you for walking with me beyond this prayer. Thank you for being present not only in stillness, but in motion. Thank you for reminding me that guidance continues even when the path is quiet. And before you go, take a moment. If this prayer helped you feel calmer or more centered, gently like this video so it can reach someone